Story is told of President Calvin Coolidge that he was at a dinner meeting and the person sitting next to him said, "I made a wager with a friend that I could get more than 2 words out of you over dinner." Coolidge responded, "You lose." So how do you get a leader talking about themselves? Today we're going to look at 3 questions to ask of a leader to help bring out the gold from their mine of wisdom. This is Leadership Radio. Now stay tuned. Welcome back to our program. I'm Kerry Southorn, your host. We really appreciate you stopping by our channel today. And if you haven't already done so, by all means, we welcome you to hit that subscribe button and become part of the Leadership Radio family of listeners. Today our topic, how to get a leader talking about themselves. Many leaders have learned that they can gain a lot more insight from listening than by talking. But let me assure you that leaders have healthy egos, or they wouldn't be a leader. And they enjoy telling their story. So let's delve into these 3 questions that get a leader talking. Well, question number 1 deals with a leader's past. This will awaken the slumbering echoes in the caverns of memory. Question number 1, how did you get started in leadership? When I ask this question of business people in the course of my work, we're usually good for 20 minutes or half an hour because they love telling the story of their beginnings. And there's something about the start of a venture or a role or a position that life is fresh. It's full of anticipation. There's electricity in the air. Some people became a leader by design, others by default. Some wanted to be a leader from a young age. Others were dragged kicking and scratching until they realized that leadership was indeed part of their destiny. They not only love talking about their successes, but maybe even more so their failures or their challenges in the early going and how they met those mountains head on and overcame them and eventually succeeded in what they're doing. My dad told the story of when he got his first branch management position, that he arrived in the new city and there on his desk were 5 resignations. Well, he said he felt like quitting right there and then. He felt like he had made a huge mistake, but he hung in there and he overcame. And it wasn't too many years before Dad's branch had won the top agency in the company, and he won it a number of times. So, question number 1, how did you get started as a leader? Question number 2, and this deals with a leader's present situation. That question is, what lights your fire to get out there every day and pay the price of leadership? And we all know there is a price of leadership. Responses will include things like, I just love that challenge. I just love dealing with people and overcoming problems and situations every day. Or, I'm doing it because of love of family, and I want to leave a positive legacy. Or it might be, I want to influence as many people as possible through my leadership. Still others just love playing the game. My dad often said that in whatever you do, find out what the game is and play it. And there's real magic in that. Question number 3, and this of course now deals with a leader's future. And this one will literally blow them away. What does finishing well look like to you? Of course, many younger leaders who are 10 feet tall and bulletproof won't even have thought of this question. You mean like me? But I can assure you that the older ones have. What does finishing well look like to you? Boy, you ask a question like that. Get your popcorn, sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Do you plan to wear out or rust out? Do you plan to ride into the sunset or leave at the top of your game? Do you want to train a successor, maybe a family member, or do you want to reach a certain level of production first? Regardless, if you're a leader, it's important that when you do finish a particular role of leadership, that you don't stop being a leader. So those are the three questions to ask a leader to get them talking about themselves. And if you're a leader, I would encourage you to go through the same exercise, possibly with a notebook in front of you. I think you would find it worthwhile time to invest. In preparation for this video, I had to do some deep thinking myself. This has been Leadership Radio. Remember, take the lead, take tomorrow, and take it together. See you next time, folks.